Okay, so today we have the Stranglers and Nice and Sleazy. So we have the Top of the Pops performance here from 1978. I went with this over the studio version because I thought, why not? Let's see some people in this video. So anyway, it's been a minute since I last reacted to the band. I believe it was over a year ago now. And I don't think I've ever reacted to them in the place I am now. So anyway, let's get into it. Talk about it after. 3 minutes, 7 seconds. Let's go.
You think we're going to take it nice and easy, don't we? Well, we're not. We're going to take it nice and sleazy. At 18, the Stranglers.
Like a dragon seeking water, or a daughter. Nice and sleazy, nice and sleazy.
Oh.
Nice and sleazy, nice and sleazy. Does it every time. Nice and sleazy, does it every time. Nice and sleazy, does it.
Holy crap. The Stranglers and Nice and Sleazy. Holy moly. I laugh because I really enjoyed that. Jean-Jacques Burnel. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. And I know it's been a few times I've listened to them, and I don't know why I'm questioning myself, but either way, JJ on the bass here. Obviously, you guys heard it. You guys know about it. He uses his bass guitar here like a lead instrument. The bass lines here are nasty. I love the close-ups on him. He just had so much pep in his step. He had the leather jacket on. He just looks like the epitome of cool. The black hair, I mean, my God, he looks, and he seems like he knows it too. He plays it off well. And just his playing here is just out of this world. Again, I don't know. I love when a bassist leads a song, really, uses their bass like a lead guitar. Some bassists will play in the background, play, what they have to. Some bassists, I think of like Andy Rourke comes to mind, who always wanted to play a tune within a tune. And yeah, just these guys that go right to the forefront. And from the get-go, you could hear that nasty bass and just how dirty it sounded. And again, everything sounds so raw here. This band, I know they're seen as kind of a punk band, a new wave band, you know, a rock band, obviously. And yeah, there's elements of all of that. I mean, you talk about Dave Greenfield here on the keys, and yeah, everybody was shining on the song. Everybody shone. Is that the word? Dave, at one point when it went to him on the, I guess he had kind of a solo, not piano, I guess keyboard solo. It just states here keyboards on the song here, but I don't know if it was, you know, what kind of keyboard it was and all that stuff. But either way, he was on the keys, and he obviously had some kind of effect, I guess you might say, at one point where it just got so haunting in a way. It got so loud, and it's just like, oh my god, it almost hurts your ears, and that's the point. It's uncomfortable in a way. The song it has a dark kind of feeling, and maybe it's just dark because of Hugh Cornwell's look in a way. Because when Hugh Cornwell, I'm going, I guess, to each member of the band. JJ's perfect. Dave is obviously one of the greatest keyboardists of his time, and rest in peace to him, of course, too. And again, he's just perfect for that. Almost like as a Cars fan, you know, as a new wave fan. What's his name? Greg Hawkes, who was the keyboardist of the Cars. He comes to mind here. He kind of played the same kind of way, I guess you would say, as Dave. But obviously, again, Dave, you know, was great as in his own way. I can't talk. But going on to Hugh Cornwell, of course, the lead singer of the band. He has, and I don't know what I've said before, you know, it was over a year ago now, but so I don't know if I'm repeating myself or not. But Hugh, just in his face, he has a hard face, and what I mean by that, he's such a man. He looks like he looks like such a man, and he has a hardened face, and it just looks like he's seen some shit. And his facial expressions in the song, when he would say nice and sleazy, nice and sleazy. I don't know, at one point, he just, I don't know, it was a swagger, I guess you would say. He has a lot of swagger, and he's very straightforward, and he almost, you know, he seems off-putting in a way, and in a good way. It's not like I wouldn't want to meet him or whatever the hell, but yeah, he just, I don't know, he seems like he's a man of mystery in a way, and he just seems mad, he seems angry. The whole band, I guess the whole band kind of almost seems angry. When you look at JJ, and he's just fucking going nuts on the bass guitar, but he still looks like he's so, like, serious. They look so serious on their faces, and it's just like, they're so serious, but they're producing great music, I mean, you would say, and just great angry kind of music, and it's just great. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I mean, my god, and of course Jet Black on the drums there too. Rocksteady, that's a comment I saw, and I gotta say, yes, I agree with that. And almost in a way, he was kind of in the background, obviously, behind the rest of them. And but yeah, he was a great backbone to the song, like he is on many of their songs. And I do believe he was the one standing there, you know, kind of banging on the stuff, or unless that was somebody else. I don't remember now, my god. But either way, Jet Black behind the whole band, of course, being the backbone. And yeah, and everyone just knew their part, and everyone was great at their instrument, and I love that a lot. And you know, of course, Hugh's instrument being his voice mostly, but of course he was on guitar as well. And but yeah, JJ just kind of overtook everything here on when you talk about guitar, bass guitar, and stuff like that. And everyone, yeah, they had their chance to shine. And again, I just love how from the intro, they were already obviously kind of starting off with the song, and the guy was saying, you know, we're not going to take it nice and easy, we're going to take it nice and sleazy. I don't know, just the way they go into it, and then you see the band, and it's just like, again, they just seem like they're from another planet in the way, or they just seem like they were there, they're just, you know, just to play the song, and they're just like, all right, get me the hell off the stage. I don't know, and not in a bad way either, like they're being arrogant or something. They just seem, I don't know, there's something about them, there's an air about them that I just like. Anyway, I'm going on way too much, but I like the song a lot, and obviously you talk about what's the song about? I mean, I looked at some of these lyrics. I'm not going to go right into them first, but we came across the West Sea. We didn't have much idea, whatever. And it goes on. And when I was listening to it, because of course Hugh has kind of an accent, whatever. His voice is very hard in it as well, a strong voice, obviously, and a mad voice. And so I was thinking, you know, what's he saying at some points? But almost, I was thinking, are we going way back to, you know, not when the world, I guess, but when I guess people started coming over to America? What are we talking about here? You know, we talked about crossing the sea. Are we talking about, you know, Christopher Columbus, or, you know, something like that? What the hell? But I looked up, because again, I don't like going into a song cold and, you know, just guessing what a song's about. So I did see here on, goodness gracious, Stranglers.net, some blog spot here. Anyway, apparently, I don't know who said this, but it looks like it's a quote, and it talks about nice and sleazy. So it says, Sleazy was written about our experiences with the Amsterdam Hells Angels in the autumn of '77. And again, the Amsterdam Hells Angels. Of course, I've heard about the Hells Angels and, you know, a biker gang and all that stuff. And so I guess it's about that. I guess I was also thinking, could it be about the band? And that's, I guess, what it seems to be about here. We're talking about the band here, and a lot of these lyrics go with a Hell's Angel biker. And I think about all these Hell's Angel bikers, who can be intense. And I mean, the band themselves here are very intense. So that'd be a very interesting matchup to look at. Anyway, if they all got together, but I guess maybe they were friends or whatever. I don't know. But I guess they were okay with each other at the end of the day here when we're talking about this song. But I guess we can get into these lyrics. So we came across the West Sea. We didn't have much idea of the kind of climate waiting. We used our hands for guidance like the children of our preacher, like a dry tree seeking water, or a daughter. My goodness gracious, a dry tree seeking a daughter. Nice and sleazy does it. So that whole first part, again, there's not many lyrics here. The song is obviously like 3 minutes long. The lyrics are pretty short. And the song packs a punch in that short amount of time. But you talk about here, what was awaiting them? Again, they're like a child. They're going to a new place. They're holding on to somebody's hand, I guess metaphorically. And all of this seems to be some kind of play on words. Again, going to a different place, and they're just, they don't know what's awaiting them. And but at the same time, they're taking it nice and sleazy. Of course, nice and easy is a common phrase, but nice and sleazy seems to fit the band a lot more. And in a way, this seems like that would be their motto. This seems like the song, that line is their manifesto. And again, it just fits them perfectly. And then we go on, nice and sleazy does it every time. And the repetition, it works well here. Again, Hugh's delivery, his anger, and I keep saying anger, but I mean, that's the word that comes to mind. Maybe like his straightforwardness, is that a word? When he delivers these lines, it's just, I don't know, I just love the way he does it. And again, it fits him so well. It's a great line. Oh my God, nice and sleazy does it. And I guess that's what they've been doing the whole time, I guess, at this point. They took things nice and sleazy, and it seemed to work for them, and it's worked up to this point today, perhaps, as well. Anyway, and then we go on to pretty much the last part. An angel came from outside, I guess outside their clubhouse, had no halo, had no father. Of course, Hell's Angels don't wear halos. And again, I believe that's really what we're talking about here, Hell's Angels and their experience with them. Anyway, had no father. I guess we're getting a little bit of the guy's background. With a coat of many colors. Of course, Hell's Angels don't wear halos, but they do wear coats of many colors. They do wear colors. I guess we're talking about the jackets or whatever. Of course, they got like stitching on it and whatever, talk about their biker gang on the jacket. Anyway, he spoke of brothers many. Of course, they were probably refer to their other mates, other members as brothers. Yes. Wine and women, song of plenty. Of course, I guess they would be surrounded by wine and women. Women could just, I guess, be their wives or something. That comes to mind, or just women all over, whatever. He began to write a chapter in history. Nice and sleazy does it. And I do believe you can call their clubhouse, their clubs, whatever, their individual clubs. I believe they could also be called chapters. So maybe, again, that's another play on the words there. Again, when you get down to it, this seems to be pretty straightforward. This seems to be pretty simple. And a lot of play on words here, a lot of references to the Hell's Angels, and I guess, again, the band's little experience with them and how intense that kind of was, and how it was memorable for them. They had to make a song out of it. But, and then, yeah, how it all just ends off with nice and sleazy does it every time. And, again, it's just the band's motto, and it seemed to work there, and it worked on, for the rest of their career, I guess you would say. And, yeah, not even talking about the lyrics, so the lyrics are very nice, interesting, intriguing, I would say as well. Talking about their little experience here, it's, again, intense. But, I mean, again, the music here, the JJ is just perfect on this. He's nuts on this. I love his work a lot here. My God, I haven't heard a bass like this in a long time. Just take the lead. Holy moly. Again, Hugh's swagger, his look, his expressions, it's just beautiful. Dave was fucking nuts on the keyboards here too. And very, again, his little solo when they panned to him for that however many seconds it was, he looked serious as hell. And again, these guys knew what they were doing, and I loved it a lot. So anyway, I guess that's all I'm going to say. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back to another Stranglers reaction. I know you guys seem to like that. So, and it's been too long since I last reacted to them. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really appreciate all the support. And I'll talk to you guys again soon.